Hello, my name is Ashley Boyd, and today I'm going to be informing you all on the dangers of smoking cigarettes, and hopefully I will convince you to also not smoke them. This is an issue that I became very passionate about 5 years ago. This is a picture of my grandpa and I, and it was taken during my freshman year of high school. It happens to be the last picture that we were ever able to take together, and it is from the last Christmas that we ever got to spend together. My grandpa passed away about 5 months after this picture was taken from stage 4 lung cancer that he developed from smoking cigarettes. After seeing everything that he had to go through from this illness, I realized that it is something that I never want to have to go through myself, and it is also something I hope none of you will have to go through as well. I think something that we can all agree on is that there are many things in the world that aren't fair. For example, people who take precautions to live healthy lives get diagnosed with cancer every day. But whether we develop lung cancer or not is something that we can control, because apart from rare cases, most people who get this disease get it from smoking cigarettes. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has a very good statistical point of view on the matter. Authors have noted that tobacco is the single most preventable cause of death in the United States, and that smoking and exposure to secondhand smoke causes death to about 443,000 people each year. Also, because of all of the disease and fatalities caused by smoking, there is healthcare costs that are running at about $96 billion every year. Most people become smokers because they start the habit during their adolescent years. More than 80% of adult smokers today had their first cigarette before they were 18 years old. Most teens and young adults begin smoking like this without the intentions to continue for the rest of their lives. What they don't realize, however, is that the earlier you start, the harder it is to quit in the future, which is why I'm asking you all to please not start the habit, or if you already have, to consider quitting before it is too late. I'm sure all of you are probably pretty familiar with most of the health issues that are associated with smoking, but I'm going to remind you of a few of the things that the tobacco can do to your body. According to myactivehealth.org, people who smoke have an increased risk for an earlier death, heart attack and stroke, lung cancer and lung disease, and other sorts of cancers such as cancer of the voice box, mouth, throat, esophagus, intestines, bladder, kidney, and pancreas. Along with all of these risks, smokers also suffer from shortness of breath, less energy, and asthma symptoms. Although the nicotine from a cigarette may make you feel more at ease during times of stress, and it may be helping you to lose weight, it's really not worth it when you consider all of these risks involved. So obviously, there are a lot of things I could talk to you all about in regards to health issues from smoking, but I wanted to focus on the two major diseases that it causes, and the first being what my grandpa suffered from, lung cancer. According to the U.S. National Library of Medicine, lung cancer is the deadliest form of cancer among both men and women, and its leading cause is smoking cigarettes. Each year, more people die from lung cancer than they do from breast, prostate, and colon cancers combined. Also, the American Cancer Society reported that each year 3,000 non-smoking Americans die from developing lung cancer by breathing in secondhand smoke. So not only are you putting your own life at risk by smoking, but you are also shortening the lives of the people around you while you do it. Some of the symptoms of lung cancer include chest pain, persistent coughing, coughing up blood, fatigue, weight loss, loss of appetite, shortness of breath, and wheezing. Unfortunately, most of the time these symptoms don't even show up until it is almost too late. In my grandpa's case, he didn't even develop his cough from his lung cancer until he was already in stage 4, and his chances of survival were extremely slim. Although most people just associate smoking with lung cancer, they tend to forget sometimes that it is also a major cause of heart disease. According to WebMD, smokers are 2 to 4 times more likely to have heart disease, and the longer you smoke, the more that this risk will increase. The type of heart disease that it causes is coronary artery disease, and this is when you have plaque buildup in your arteries. This will cause your arteries to become clogged, and once it gets bad enough, a heart attack will result. The nicotine in the cigarettes is what causes this blocking of the arteries. And when this happens, there is a decrease in the oxygen to the heart, an increase in heart rate and blood pressure, blood clotting, and damage to the cells lining the coronary arteries. I think it's safe to make the assumption that nobody in this room would want their hearts to look like the one on the screen right now, or that you would want to figure out what it feels like to have a heart attack. Most people begin smoking because they pick up the habit from their parents or their friends or peers. But today I'm asking you all to please not give in to what some people may consider a guilty pleasure. Because although it may feel pleasurable at the time, the end results of smoking are really not pleasurable at all. As young adults, now is a very important time in our lives where we need to start thinking about our futures. And what I have discussed with you all today is not a desirable future by any means. My grandpa's generation had no idea what health issues were concerned with smoking when tobacco became popular during their teenage years. But we now know how miserable it can make us. Like I said before, there are many things in the world that we have no say in. But this is something that we can control, and I really hope that you will all make your futures brighter by not being smokers. Thank you.